Please support the police. They need your full support now. Maybe increase the amount that you're paying the current police. It's unacceptable to us as citizens here to not have full policing.
Tonight, a push from some in Asheville for city leaders to pay police officers more.
News 13's Taylor Thompson has more on where taxpayers want to see their money go in the coming fiscal year.
Many people showed up to City Council on Tuesday to voice what they believe the city should spend their money on. The majority of speakers had the same thing in mind: support our police.
Why are you all refusing to protect the citizens of Asheville?
Tuesday's meeting was the first step in figuring out what the city should invest in this next fiscal year. Many were fired up about one particular topic: their safety.
We have begged, appealed, pleaded, cajoled, implored, solicited for you to take action to make Asheville safer.
Claiming there aren't enough officers.
We should have at least 200 officers solo patrol availability in this city. That's 57 more than we have now. What a difference that would make on our streets to have that many more officers and patrol cars showing a presence.
And pushing for more pay to fill the open positions.
I really hope that you will fund them. If you don't support them, we're not going to have good police.
This is on you. There is no denying that crime has increased here.
One person who spoke works in a boutique downtown. She says she's had multiple encounters with the homeless cornering her for money or stealing from the store.
I'm afraid to go to work. I never felt that way before. If there could be some police presence at anything to make us not be afraid.
Policing is one of the core things that we rely on you to fund.
And we're advocating for them to have more of a significant increase in their salaries. It seems like that's a #1 way to hire back our police department.
We want our police to be fully funded and come when we call them.
And Council has extended the deadline for the online budget survey until March 10th. If you missed the meeting and want to share your input of what you believe the city should prioritize, you can find that link on our website at WLOS.com. In Asheville, Taylor Thompson, News 13.
And we have been following Asheville Police Department's struggle with staffing for several months now. After tonight's calls for more funding for better pay for police, we took a closer look at the latest information available on salaries. Now, according to the City of Asheville's website, a starting salary for police officer trainees is $42,548. After finishing at the academy and being certified, that goes up to $45,856. For new trainees, there's also a pre-tax hiring bonus of $3,500.
The pedestal is all that remains of the Vance Monument in downtown Asheville, and it's been that way for almost 2 years. Tonight, the legal battle over what happens next takes another step forward. The group suing over the decision to remove the monument to Confederate Governor Zebulon Vance has filed its case with the state Supreme Court.
Asheville city leaders tell News 13's Karen Wynn they are confident the court will rule in the city's favor.
Asheville city attorney says the legal battle over what was the Vance Monument could take up to a year in state Supreme Court. Meanwhile, that is not stopping city leaders from developing a new vision for Pack Square Plaza. Black Mountain resident Prepo Teplitsky works in downtown Asheville and enjoys a coffee in Pack Square.
I would like to just see more gatherings for family and residents to just do what I'm doing.
This is the type of feedback that the city's Pack Square Plaza Visioning Community Advisory Committee is seeking from residents, all as a legal battle rages on. A battle city attorney Brad Branham is confident Asheville will win.
The Buncombe County Superior Court, as well as the North Carolina Court of Appeals, has agreed with us. We never can predict what any court will do, but we're hopeful that the Supreme Court will see it the same way.
The Society for the Historical Preservation of the 26 NC Troops continues to fight the takedown of the Vance Monument, which happened in May of 2021. All as Prepo Teplitsky continues to dream of the future without it.
Not any big statues or monuments or even big art, to just let it be for the people and for us to enjoy.
Even with the legal uncertainties, City Attorney Branham says the Vision Project must continue, adding the site of the Vance Monument is only a small part of the entire Pack Square. So you seem confident enough that you're recommending the city still go forward with the vision plan and enacting some of these changes.
We believe that visioning plan is going to play a major role in determining what the front porch, as it were, to the city looks like in the coming years.
And the next Community Action Committee meeting for the new vision for Pack Square is scheduled for April 26th. For more information, you can go to WLOS.com.
We begin with the latest on the 2 deaths and a unit of the Maple Crest Apartments at Lee Walker Heights.
The bodies of a man and woman were discovered late Sunday, both killed from apparent gunshot wounds. We have video from that active scene as officers worked to piece together what happened. And tonight we have live team coverage as we learn new details.
News 13's Jennifer Emmert has the latest efforts to increase security measures at that apartment complex.
But first, News 13's Charles Perez is live on the scene with some new information. What have we learned, Charles?
Well, I'll tell you, the victims lived in the 3rd floor apartment of the building right here behind me. According to neighbors, they did not live there alone, but they lived there with a 7-year-old daughter.
Can you tell us about him? What kind of guy he was, anything?
Toys in hand, a grandmother and family members removed belongings, including those allegedly belonging to a young girl, from the apartment where 28-year-old Sabrina Ann Black and 32-year-old David Jerome Owen were found dead from apparent gunshot wounds.
Very.
According to the next-door neighbor, the two lived in the apartment with their 7-year-old daughter. Police say the 2 bodies were discovered just after 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon at the Maple Crest Apartments just south of downtown Asheville.
We saw 1 cop car drive up, and then suddenly it was like 5 cop cars.
This neighbor lives 2 flights below where the bodies were discovered. He recalls when he learned what had happened.
Does it concern you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's very concerning when you live, somewhere and like there's a shooting in the building you live in. Of course, for anyone it would be concerning.
Whether the 2 were killed by an outside shooter or in some other way has yet to be confirmed. No neighbor we spoke with said they'd heard anything that would suggest a cause or the time of the shooting. So far, Asheville PD are not confirming or releasing any further information other than to say they are actively investigating. For neighbors who often saw the family of 3 come and go from the apartment, the incident was too close to home in a community filled with kids, one of whom lived in the apartment where it happened.
They had a really cute little kid, and it's just really sad.
Now, so far, there's no word on whether or not that 7-year-old was actually in the apartment at the time the gunfire went off. Tonight, she is staying with relatives. As for the investigation, well, the Asheville Police Department says they're waiting for the results of a forensic report before they release any more of that information.